You wouldn't believe how often this gets confused as a New York accent. Recently, I was in Las Vegas doing a show because I am a celebrity. And a couple came up to me after listening to me for 45 minutes. And this woman goes, hey, we were trying to figure out the entire show. What part of New York are you from? I said, lady, this does not sound like a New York accent. Not even a little bit. This sounds like if a hot dog fucked a pothole. That's what a Chicago accent sounds like. Thanks for being here, making core memories together. Give it up for us, making core memories. Shit. This is what's wrong with social media these days, is now the buzzword. If you are raising children, you have to worry about the core memories you're making with them. That's the key word, core memories. Do you think my boomer parents cared about core memories? You think if they cared about core memories, maybe they wouldn't have let my drunk Uncle George chuck me into the deep end of the pool when I was 8 years old to teach me how to swim? She'll figure it out. Spoiler alert, I didn't. I never figured it out. Here's a core memory, and I don't know who this is going to relate to. We have any other Gen Xers here? Gen X? Make some noise. All right, here's a core memory that some of you might not know about then. School scoliosis check day. Oh, look it. See, I can tell you young bucks that don't know about school scoliosis check day because I can see you sitting there with your fucking crooked spines. School scoliosis check day was when you walked into your elementary school and your friends were like, did you remember to wear an undershirt? Because some stranger was going to lean you over a stool. The same stool you sat on 2 weeks earlier for school picture day. And they were going to run their fingers down your spine. Who were these pedophiles checking our spines? It wasn't the school nurse, I'll tell you that much. My husband can't touch my back to this day without a trigger warning. Does it make sense why we had Carebears growing up in the 80s? Who had a Care Bear growing up? You remember those? Yeah. What kind of Care Bear did you have? Blue? Ma'am, that was a generic bear. That was a feelings bear. You had to have something. Gen Z gets licensed therapists. We got a line of furries with our anxiety on their tummies. My Care Bear growing up had the clouds on it. Yeah, that with the clouds, remember that? I didn't need a Care Bear with clouds. I needed a Care Bear with a stool on it. That was it. Here's the thing. In the 80s, if you grew up anywhere around that time, do you remember the little bedtime prayers they would tuck us in with? You remember this little ditty? Say it with me. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, what the fuck? What? Yeah. I was sent to bed in flammable pajamas. Both of my parents were chain smokers. Parents in the 80s did not give a shit about things like flame-retardant pajamas, bike helmets, seatbelts. Get the fuck out of here. Parents in the 80s were concerned with two things: PCP and satanic cults. That's it. And that is it. My brother Joey was going to college, and I swear to God, I remember hearing this conversation where my dad took him aside and said, Joe, listen, don't ever take a joint from somebody you don't know because it could be laced with PCP. And I was like, that sounds like free drugs. What is the problem? And the satanic panic of the 80s, this is where they put their worry. This is it. Like my dad one time, I swear to God, he goes, Jeanie, you stay away from that kid down the block. I saw him coming out of his house. He was wearing all black and he had a pentagram around his neck. I said, Dad, that's Larry Horowitz. That's the Star of David around his neck. He's a Jew. I don't know how we survived it. Honest to God, I don't. I think about who had dogs growing up. Did you have dogs growing up? Yeah, not to divide the room. We got dog lovers or cat lovers here. Where are the cat lovers at? Okay, all right. Listen, I love you guys. I don't get you. I think it's a little weird. I don't have the self-esteem to be a cat owner. To be a cat owner, you got to be okay with the fact that if you let that cat out of your house at any point during the day, that cat has a second family. You know that, right? That cat doesn't come home for 3 days, it's eating its dinner somewhere else. Right? Cats are the airline pilots of pets. I do not have the self-esteem to own a cat. I love dogs. We've always had dogs growing up. But this is what I'm thinking about. My friends now, they're getting dogs. They research what type of dog they're getting. You don't have to do that when you get a cat, right? There's not different breeds of cats. It's just one breed called cat, right? Cat. But dogs, you got to know what kind of dog you're getting. Like one of my friends just got a beautiful German Shepherd. Anybody here own a German Shepherd? Hey, we have cops in the crowd tonight. Very good. Those are some dogs you got to know some shit about before you bring them into your house. They're very protective, very good at letting intruders know you're not getting in this house, right? Usually because their owners are Republicans and they will shoot you. You don't look like a Republican. I felt like I was safe. I wasn't sure. He was like, go on with it. And then he went like this. We're moving on. He just crossed his arms like, no, I did not. All right, Elon. Here's another breed you got to know something about. Who's got pugs here? Anybody got those little pugs? Yeah, those are very good at letting you know you should have got health insurance for your pet. Breed really big in the Midwest. Not sure if it is here. Golden Doodles. Anybody got a Golden Doodle? Oh, man, white women in the Midwest love Golden Doodles. They are very good for letting your neighbors know that you have disposable income. They are. So we had dogs growing up, but we didn't go to breeders to get a dog. We didn't go to a shelter to get a dog. Where'd you get your dog in the 80s? Yeah, your dad found him in the parking lot of a gas station. That's where you got your dog. And then they would bring him home like this. Here, he's going to sleep in your bed tonight. We named him Trinity because he has 3 legs. And Trinity was a mean son of a bitch. That dog taught me how to fight. And I love the dogs. And I have some little rescue dogs at home. And I love them. I have a little terrier. He's so cute. And then I did not do the research. I got a Saluki. Do you know what a Saluki is? Okay, if you don't, they're called Persian Greyhounds. They're very fast. They're also very good for letting you know that they do not give a shit about you or your feelings. They could care less about you. This dog wags his tail when I leave the house. That's what he does. It's like having a 65-pound cat walking around your house. And here's something that's happening. The little terrier will pee in the house. Disgusting, I know. But then the Saluki, to make it worse, comes and he pees where the terrier peed. So I got a trainer, and the trainer goes, Jeanie, I don't know what to tell you. This is what you got to do, though. You got to sprinkle a little chili powder. Have you ever heard this? You sprinkle a little chili powder, the dogs sniff it, and then they'll never come back to that spot to pee again. No, that does not work. My house smells like the bathroom of a taqueria right now. It's disgusting. Who is drinking tonight, though? Give it up if you're drinking tonight. We're talking, I like to see that on a Wednesday night. Nothing problematic about that. Not at all. I myself quit drinking 7 years ago, and I started drinking again about 5 years ago. But I did, honest to God, I just celebrated 4 years sobriety. Thank you. And I got to get out of here, but I'll tell you, no matter what city I'm in, I like to just talk about it just for a minute because I want to let people know I'm living proof. There's always hope, and there's no shame. If you are struggling, find me after the show. Find me on social media because I will be honest, I get $50 for every person I bring to a meeting. And I have developed a terrible cocaine problem since I quit drinking. But the one question I get the most often is, it has to be hard to be sober as a comedian. Like, what happened? Did you get a DUI? And I did not get a DUI, but I did get escorted out of the Adler Planetarium in Chicago for being drunk and disorderly. by an elderly volunteer woman named Cheryl. And Cheryl was not even getting paid to deal with my bullshit. And this is what I remember from the whole ordeal. Cheryl, God love her, was wearing a t-shirt that said, "When I was your age, Pluto was a planet." Oh, Cheryl, you cheeky bitch. We had such a laugh about that. Right after she asked me to never come back to the Adler Planetarium. Guys, I'm Jeanie Doogan. You've been fantastic. Thank you.